Welcome back to Pocket Rockets, and today we are going to take a look at a really cool car, the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo Mazda RX7 FC. So I know the FD is what people really like, but I personally really like the FC. I mean, it's a really cool 80s car, and especially this one has a BBS styled wheels. I mean, I don't know if they're BBS or not, but they look really period correct on this car. And yes, why is the box weird? And I mean, yes, I could just get the car here and do a review without the box, but I thought the box is actually pretty interesting too, because the Tomica Limited Vintage Neo box is really I mean, it just looks very cool. It looks retro, vintage, that's a better word. The font is just really cool. I mean, yeah, it's cool. And also, this car has a really interesting part, is that you could install a splitter on it, which is, well, yeah, it's a splitter, and it is a piece that is not already done on the car, which I think is a really cool touch by Tomica, because buyers could actually personalize their cars, which is really cool. And yes, why is the box a little weird? Because I already got it just opened kind of a bit, because these boxes are really hard to open. Like, let me see here. You can't just pull it open. You have to kind of squeeze it in an angle so the paper pops out. I mean, if you just pull it, you're going to end up breaking the box, and the box is, like I said, really cool. And I'm going to keep the box, so yes, opened. And as always, the packaging is really well, is really protective of the car, like Tomica Limited Vintage always does. And pulling out, the car is really well protected, so there's no way that there's going to be any scratches on it. I mean, that's very unlikely by Tomica Limited Vintage. And yeah, this car, I mean, buying TLV stuff always kind of surprised me, because like when I open the box, the car falls out onto my hands, and it's like, that's really small. But I do know that this is true 1/64 scale. Hot Wheels and Tomica mainlines, they make 1/62 scale cars, because it just feels better in your hand. But Tomica Limited Vintage is focused on making 1/64 cars. So yes, love the car, but we're gonna go through the piece first. So here's the piece, and I had no plans in installing the splitter on, because I thought the original car already looks really nice, and I can't afford to mess it up by, I don't know, adding too much glue on the car, and it's gonna just ruin the whole front. So yeah, I had no plans in installing this splitter, but let me take. So yeah, that's what the splitter looks like. It's kind of, it looks like other model kits where it's like a tree and the splitter is just right there, so you could cut it off. But what if you mess up cutting it? You're gonna end up with a two-part splitter, and that's not the same thing. And okay, let's get on with the car, because I know that we are all waiting to get on the car. So just really nice, and I'm gonna get my display here to kind of spin it and do a little commentary while it's spinning, because that's a really efficient way of reviewing car. So the front, of course, we do have the signature pop-up up and down headlights, and it'll be great if Tomica actually does it for the TLVs. I mean, they've already implemented their pop-up up and down headlights on their premium series, which I'm going to get right now. Right there it is. So yeah, this is a premium Lamborghini Diablo, and I haven't touched this car in such a long time. There's like a thin layer of dust on it. But yes, this car does have pop-up up and down headlights, which looks really cool. So it will be pretty neat if Tomica could implement the same system onto the TLVs, because that's really going to give the car a lot more realistic experience. So I'm going to put this Diablo back. Right, now on with the car. I think we've all had enough of the car spinning, and let's actually get to the details. So I'm gonna there's actually one pretty cool quirky part about this car that you may not realize, and I thought this hood scoop was in the middle, but it's actually not centered. It's actually more veered towards the right, which is pretty interesting. I mean, looking at the card, it definitely looks centered. But the longer you look at it, the more you realize it's kind of veered towards the right, and it's not centered, and that's just really cool. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I do know. I mean, I feel like the centered one will look a little better, but of course, this is cool as well. It just looks kind of off. I mean, at first I was like, hey, is this a design flaw that Tomica made? And I looked on the car and I was like, no, it's not. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. And also the front, we also have the Mazda emblem. Just shows how much Tomica puts into detailing their cars. And also, a unique thing for TLVs now is that they all have front license plates. So they have license plates, and the rear has also had license plates, but they don't have any numbers on it. And won't it be cool if, like, Tomica came with, like, a sheet of just, like, license plate numbers, and you could choose which one you want? That would be so cool. And, like, maybe just, like, a sheet with, like, 8 license plates, and there's, like, 4 groups. And one group is for one group is the Japanese spec, and one group is, I don't know, Australian spec, one group is European spec, and one group is American spec. That would be just really neat. And there are people selling those stuff on the internet, and they do cost quite they're really expensive. And also the interior is really nice as well. We have a lot of detail, and also this rear, even they even made the belts. I mean, it's really hard to see. I'm trying to get a perfect camera angle so that, yes, that's a little clearer. You can actually see the belt is on there. I mean, first I thought it was a katana, but a katana? Come on, no, it's not a katana. I mean, it's a freaking 80s sports car, and who's gonna put katanas in the back? So yeah, that was a little silly by me. And also, another thing that I really like about this car is the exhaust and how they are a individual piece and not the metal base. Yes, this car is metal body and metal base, so it really feels heavy, and that's quite surprising for a small car. I mean, some Hot Wheels, they're just gigantic, and they're like featherlight, which is kind of mind-blowing. Like, how did they do it? Is it weight reduction? I don't know, but this car is really heavy, and it feels like it actually has some material in it, and it just feels like nice. I mean, I like heavy cars because it feels like you haven't wasted your money, because, like, last time, I'm pretty sure I bought a Liberty Walk 458 that was resin, and when I took it out, I was like, this thing feels like paper, because it was just so light. Yeah, but yeah, a thing that I kind of don't like about Tomica Limited Vintage is that their wheels are never really the same on the card. I mean, yeah, the same on the card. The card is a metal trim and a gunmetal the middle part is gunmetal, and I don't know if this is BBS or not, but it really looks like it's BBS. But the wheels on the car is just not that well represented. I mean, I'm sure they could make, like, these wheels look accurate, but yeah, it's just there's a little difference, but it's fine. And also, we also have side mirrors, and that's a thing that Hot Wheels really should learn from Tomica. It's been, what? Hot Wheels was 1970, and it's 2020. I don't know how long that is. I'm bad at math. It's been a long time, and Hot Wheels are still making slabs for their side view mirrors. And Tomica's already making these really nice, just really detailed side mirrors, and they do not have any mirror shades on them. I mean, they would be great if they did, but Hot Wheels is still making slabs for side mirrors. It's like they just slammed it on in the last minute. They're like, oh no, we didn't make the side mirrors again. What are we gonna do? Oh, just slam it in. And they like just squished it in, and it just really doesn't look that good. But I kind of get it. It's really easy to break, and I guess Hot Wheels is targeted towards more Hot Wheels is targeted a little towards more the younger audience. But it'll be really nice if they could implement it onto the RLC line, because no kid's gonna be crazy enough to buy an RLC car, so they don't have to worry about kids breaking it. And anyways, back to the car. The rear is also really nice. I really like this. It's kind of just rear light that goes throughout the entire length of the rear. It just looks really nice. And yeah, Hot Wheels does have their own version of the FC. Is that the FC or the Savannah? I'm sorry, it's the Savannah RX7. I kind of mistaken it for the FC. So the FC and the Savannah RX7 are actually pretty similar. And yeah, this car is just really cool. And for the rear, we also have the Mazda emblem and this weird figure 8 track thingy. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Yeah, that weird figure 8 track thing, and I really don't know what that is, and if you do know what that is, then please comment down below, because I'm pretty curious. And yeah, that'll be my review and sort of unboxing sort of video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel, it really helped a lot, and that's Pocket Rocket for today. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.